Tom, what are you seeing? And I asked the Secretary of Labor an hour ago, is this the worst we're likely to see? What do you think?
No, I don't think it's the worst, but I think this is what everybody's been expecting. These are the numbers we've been seeing in the ADP reports for the past 4 weeks. Sometimes for the numbers to actually happen is one thing, but this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. And the leading sectors are still travel and tourism, service, restaurant, hospitality. And so we're seeing trends that we've been seeing. This isn't a surprise. The question is, when will there begin to be a bounce back?
And when do you think that is?
Well, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a cash crunch in the third quarter. So whether we open up in June 1st nationwide or June 15th, but come the third quarter, we're going to see these companies, especially the larger ones that are having financial trouble, they're going to slow down their receivables. Think about the companies. We've had 3 retailers in 3 different sectors. Neiman's on the high end, J.Crew in the middle, and JCPenney's at the bottom, either in bankruptcy or approaching bankruptcy. What happens to their suppliers? And then the trickle down from that. So we're going to see this for a little while, and then we'll start to see the bounce back with retail, with restaurants. But they're not going to be full. Are the landlords going to hold them to paying their rent at the full amount? And we're going to start to see some problems, and it's going to go on through the end of the year.
We do hope that there is that bounce back, Steve, but we all wonder what is not yet in these numbers. And I'm wondering about things like for small businesses, for instance, who got PPP loans, when that money runs out, what would they do with their employees? For larger firms, when the crisis of the fades, will they then engage in layoffs? And when will salary cuts be reflected in some of the government data?
You asked 2 excellent questions there, Melissa. To the first one, I would say we have seen a continued high level of unemployment claims the last several weeks. So that suggests there is some additional knock-on effect of job losses coming for May. Whether or not some of that's counteracted by some of the government programs, PPP, and some of the reopenings that we've seen among the states will have to be seen. It's very hard to do this kind of accounting for some limited job openings, some job gains, some continued closures of businesses that have this second wave of business closings that looks to be in effect right now, which is they're not closing because of the COVID crisis or for health reasons. They're closing because their customers or other businesses closed. So you have this second wave of knock-on effect that's going to be a real decline in economic activity, not a purposeful or designed decline that's part of the shutdown.
So
go ahead, Melissa.
Based on what you were seeing, Tom, I'm curious because there was a recent Washington Post Ipsos poll which indicated that about 70% of those people who are unemployed believe that they will be rehired back. Is that the message that you're getting from the CEOs you speak to?
In a perfect world, the answer is yes. The reality is that, to quote the great philosopher Rahm Emanuel, you don't want to waste a good crisis. And a lot of companies are laying people, some of those people are going to not be wanted back, and others, companies are hoping that they can bring them back. But what most people don't realize is we were in an extreme the other way, and that is 3.5% unemployment. It held out for a long time, but that was really an aberration. That's almost full employment and almost unheard of. And the actual number for a really good, strong, healthy economy at 4.5% or 5% isn't crazy. And so we're never going to get back. I don't think we're going to get back to 3.5% for a long, long time.